folks and throwing black women around. I mean, it's like a common everyday thing now. You see it on the news. They just had one on today where some cop in some, I don't know what office it was. It looked like some sort of public office, like a hospital or something. He threw this woman on the floor because she wanted to exchange a milk for an orange juice. And he hurt her. It looked like he broke her arm. So, I mean, yeah, it's unbelievable what's happening. And this was always happening since we've been brought over here as slaves. And obviously it was happening when we were in slavery. But then we got kind of into a different era where we started being able to flex our muscles a little bit, and we started having some political power, and black folks started getting elected as congressmen and senators and blah, blah, blah. But when Barack Obama got in as president, a real rage took hold with white people. I mean, it was just the racists were seething. They were beyond. Yes.
They were pissed. It was like, how dare you do this without our permission? How dare you do this? And we didn't say it was okay for you to run as a black person.
Absolutely. And he was so eloquent and so perfect, and his wife was so eloquent and so beautiful and perfect. And, I mean, they were the epitome of what you would want a black couple to be, to represent us all as black folks. And they were outraged, enraged, just fuming at that. And it showed. It showed. And now then, on top of that, then you got this crazy man, this asshole who doesn't know what he's talking about and doesn't care and doesn't read. And he's ill-advised. He's got all these assholes surrounding him, and they're all racist and bigots, or his family, and they're not too bright. They're not the brightest knives in the drawer. Now he's in. So he's emboldened all these bigots and racists to step forward and take off their white sheets, their hoods, and say what they're really feeling, what they've been feeling for 8 years that Obama was in. Now they can say it because Donald Trump is trying, if you ask me, he's trying to incite a race war. But you know what? If he's not careful, he's going to get one. And there's a whole lot of black folks that are fuming and raging too. But we have a little better self-control. We have a little better discipline. We've had to. You know, we couldn't be over here in these white people's houses cleaning up after them and dealing with their bullshit and their racism if we weren't very, very strong mentally and emotionally. So we held back on a lot of stuff. But, I mean, if that's what he really wants, I'm one of the people that will go out there in the street.
I know that's right.
Go out there and shoot some white people. I'm sorry, I will.
Oh my gosh, and it's like when you look at you, and I think I told you, I said, oh my gosh, you just look so like delicate, and like you just, and but they say looks can be deceiving, because I'm like, you sound like someone I would hang out with any day. Oh man,
you cannot read a book by cover. I'm a roughneck girl. I'm a roughneck from Detroit.
I know that's right. Wait a minute, my girlfriend texted me. Lisa said, oh, my gosh, I would never know that Miss McKee was like that. She is so quiet looking. Girl, listen, my friend told me the same thing. Don't let these glasses in this suit fool you. Right?
That's right.
Oh, my
really
goodness.
Right.
Yeah, but we can't, and it's good that people can look at you as, for comfort, and people can look at you for support and activism and just being there, just being down with them in order to get this done. Ladies and gentlemen, the time now is 9:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are listening to the Ms. OptimiZm Speaks radio show, also airing on iHeartRadio, Tuned In, Spreaker, and Blog Talk. We have the beautiful Lonette McKee on the line right now, and she is an absolute joy to be on, just straight candid, and she's just telling it how it is. And, our listeners, we have a bunch of questions coming in. People are saying, how can they join your fight, with activism? Will their voice count? Some people were asking, was it hard for you to get into the acting and singing realm? They missed part of the interview. And we also have a quick call on a 302 number. So can we take a quick call?
Of course. Whatever you want to do, honey. It's your show.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, we have a caller from 2607. Caller, say your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, my name is Olivia. I'm 11 years old, and I have a question.
Yes, Leah.
Okay, so as I said, I'm 11 years old, and when I grow up, I really want to be a singer. So, do you have any advice?
Start now. Start now.
I love it.
Because basically, the new acts that they're signing are 14 and 15 and 13 and 12-year-old kids. Same with modeling. And same with acting. If you want to do it, if your parents are supportive of you being in the entertainment industry, which I have to tell you, it is really a rough business. It's not the glamorous business that you might think it is. It's not glamorous and glitzy. It's really hard work. It takes a long time, a lot of struggle, and you have to have a really tough skin, which a lot of us don't. I mean, I'm a softie. I'm soft-hearted. There have been many times in my career that I've had to retreat, literally retreat, and pull into myself to regroup and regather myself because the rejection is very, very difficult. The competition is incredible. I mean, it's like playing high-level sports. You have to be so great, so good at something to get even noticed. And then you have to have connections on top of that. It's political on top of that. You have to be in with people, and you have to, go to the right parties and have the right manager and the right agent. A lot has changed since I started out in the business, and I tell you, if I were 11 years old right now, I would be very, I don't know, I would be kind of scared to try to get into it, but I don't want to dissuade you from your dreams. I don't want to be a dream buster. I like to be a dream builder, so I believe if you think you can do it, you can do anything you believe you can do. But start now. You're not too young to start.
Okay.
That's the real truth. But, your parents need at least one parent behind you because you don't want to be going on these auditions by yourself. You don't want to be opening yourself up to a lot of these weird people that are out there, that like pretty little girls. That's happening too. That's very real. So, make sure you have your mom with you or your dad or somebody from the family.
That's good advice.
Yeah, really.
Well,
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, well, thank you, Cole. I hope that you enjoyed that advice and it was something that you can really take heed to. And, if you're going to go for it, go for it. And if not, then,
go for it, Leah. Go for it. If you think you got the chops, go for it, honey.
I don't know if we lost her on the phone. She probably passed her curfew. Yeah. But that's really cute because we have a lot of people, whose children like, I want to be like Star Jackson. I want to be like not Miley Cyrus, but I want to be like, all these childhood actors. And like you said, they don't know what you go through in order to get into the business. Because I got chewed up when I was I was one credit away from SAG, and I tell you, they made it so hard to get that one little credit to get SAG.
I know. It's very difficult. And they never want to pay people of color right. They never want to pay you right. I mean, the same roles I've done, if a white girl had done them, she would have made, 5, 6, maybe 10 times more than what I made. That I had to, some stuff I had to do to make a living, to pay my rent.
Right.
But I didn't get paid right. I never got paid right.
Unbelievable. We have a 916 number on the line. Your last number is 0063. You're on a line with the beautiful Lonette McKee on the Ms. OptimiZm Speaks radio show. Go ahead, caller, share your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Christopher. They call me the Saint, and I am calling from Sacramento, California. And one of the things I wanted to say, first of all.
Wait a minute, Christopher, why do they call you the Saint?
Old school military, based off of the character created by Leslie Charitis, the role that Roger Moore played in the 1960s. so I was somewhat of a bit of a rogue.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So let's
I actually
call
had
you the rogue. Let's call you the rogue.
One of the things, first of all, I have to say, for me, this is an honor. I followed you for a lot of years. You were one of my first crushes when I was a real young kid. In the role in Which Way Is Up, which is still to this day.
That was my third film.
Mhm.
That was my third film. I didn't know what I was doing.
But there are a lot of movies that you have done, and one of the things that I wanted to ask was which role out of the many movies that you have portrayed in, which one was your favorite?
Okay, well, of course, I know. No, but I actually have an answer. Of course, Sparkle, because that was, first of all, that was my first movie. I was the baby, the toast of the movie. I was the character that everyone gravitated to, and I could feel it when I was on the set. The director loved me, the producers loved me, everybody paid a lot of attention to me. Little did I know that was going to be a very anticlimactic experience, because after Sparkle, where do you go from a role like that? Being, a black girl, the way I look, in the mid-'70s, where do you go from there? So really, there wasn't many places to go. But my favorite work in terms of seeing myself on screen, which is very, very difficult for me to do, I have two. One is Round Midnight with Dexter Gordon that we shot in France. And one was with a great director, Bertrand. Tavenier is one of the greatest directors in the world. And the other one would be The Cotton Club.
Okay, and I've seen those movies as well.
Well, they just re-released. Francis just did a director's cut on The Cotton Club, and he put one of my songs back in. He put Stormy Weather in, which was not in. They had cut it, and a whole bunch of scenes between Gregory and me, and he did all kinds of revisions to it with his own money. The studio wouldn't even pay for him to do a director's cut. He had to go in his own pocket to do it. Yes.
Wow.
Because when we were actually filming the movie, Bob Evans and the backers were saying there's too many black people in this movie. Get rid of these black people. Make this movie be about Diane Lane and Richard Gere. And Francis was like, fuck you. This is about the Cotton Club. Let's own the history, the legend of the Cotton Club, not white people. But they didn't like that. They didn't like that. So they forced him, they withheld money, and they threatened to fire him every week. Because he was trying to get more on me and Gregory in the film. And now he went back and recut it the way he wanted it to be.
Is that available? Is that available here in the States?
It will be soon. It just screened at Telluride Film Festival. I think it's going to be at Sundance. I think it's going to all the major festivals, Toronto, and all of them. And then once it hits the festivals, I don't know if it's going to be out in theaters or if it's going to be DVD, but it will be available.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
And we definitely have to push that.
Okay. And one of the other questions I wanted to ask is, how did you prepare for your role in the Delaney Sisters? Because that movie kind of reminds me of my mother-in-law and her twin sister.
Oh, really?
Because their relationship is just like that. And
really?
I wanted to know what preparation did you have to do in order to take on such a very powerful role?
Well, I believe I always scour the script. I mean, I go over and over and over and over and over, and it's almost like doing homework. It's like I want to figure out where do I fit in to these scenes and to this story. How can I how can I seamlessly fit in and make this believable? And I believe I read a whole bunch of history books because I didn't understand I was